Hey guys, it's Erica from Erica Marie Plans. Welcome back to my channel for another memory plan with me. This week I am using a kit from Glam Planner. It is called Taco Belle. It is a super old kit. I want to say this is like 2 years old, but I did purchase it a few months back, I think. Actually, it was probably almost a year ago. I'm not going to lie now that I think about it. I used it this week, obviously, because it was Cinco de Mayo, and I just thought, why not? Because I don't think I've ever used a Cinco de Mayo kit, and I didn't know when I was going to ever have a chance to use it, so that's why I decided to use it this week. But yeah, so I am using bougie boxes like I normally do. These ones are um, from Sticky Essentials, and I used a couple day extenders because it was quite busy. And yeah, I used rose gold throughout this spread, and honestly, I love the way this turned out. My past spread, the one that I just did before this, and this one, and I think the one I'm like currently filming at the moment too. They have just been coming out so cute, and I'm like really excited to show you guys. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish putting down the base and all my bougie boxes and stuff like that, do the sidebar, and then I will come right back and get into the day by day with you guys. Okay, so first thing I am marking here on Monday is that I used some sick time. By this time, I had let my new supervisor know that I was moving, and she was just so helpful throughout this whole process, because I don't think my previous supervisor or any other supervisor that I know of would have let me do this, but since I was going to be obviously leaving the company, I had so much sick time saved up that I had not used yet. And when you leave the company, you don't get cashed out for that sick time. You get cashed out for your vacation, but not the sick time. So she let me take as much sick time as I had just to use it up and still get paid. And so it was so generous of her to do that. So I mark a lot of my sick time for this week and then following week, just because I needed to use it all up, and I actually did, which was so great. I didn't want to like waste any of my hours, so I used up exactly the amount of sick time I had. So that's the first thing I marked on Monday with the clock, and then down below that I marked that I organized just like my room, just decluttering things and just organizing what I was going to take. And then also, this week was awful okay, so underneath organizing, I marked it with an emoji, like kind of crying, because I was in pain. I don't know why, but whenever I stay in Sacramento, I get so many bug bites, like mosquito bites, I'm not usually like super allergic to it, but this week, for some reason, I just got attacked, and my arms were so swollen. You guys may be able to see them in my previous plan with me's. I mentioned that too, that my arms were so swollen, and my fingers and my hands, like my rings wouldn't even fit on my fingers. Like, it was so bad and so painful. So that was what I marked, that I had so many bug bites. And then this day on Monday was the day we finally looked at this final house that we wanted. And I know I mentioned in my previous plan with me that we ended up picking the house and we got it and everything, but it was only because we didn't get to see this final house that we really wanted to see, because it was double the size and it was not that much more expensive. So we're like, let's just go look at it. And so we finally had our friends look at it, and they sent us the videos, and we're like, okay, I think this is the one. And we ended up switching houses. And so now this is our current house that we're living in. And I do love it. It's not completely up to date like how the other one was definitely like my style, but there's so much space in here that it's amazing. So I absolutely love it. But that was the day we had our final walkthrough of this final house that we did end up picking. And then I was in my feelings, and I used a munchkin, crossing our fingers, just because we were like really happy, and we were also nervous because we didn't know how smooth of a transition it'd be to like switch our application, which it was. It ended up working out perfectly. And then I also had to do a drop off at UPS of an Amazon order. We had some cuddle time, and so I marked that with a Whimsical Cat Studio couple. We also cooked dinner together, me and my boyfriend, and then we did some decluttering of his house, and then we played chess to end our Monday night. Moving on into Tuesday, I used sick time again, and so I marked that with a clock from Once More with Love. I also ordered boxes this day from Home Depot. I thought I was going to be able to pick them up that same day, but just because of everything going on, I was not able to do that. And so I was kind of frustrated just because I didn't really think about that. So I'm like frustrated at myself. I didn't really think that it would take a couple days to get boxes. I thought it'd be like I could pick it up after work and start packing, but no. I also had to email my supervisor at Lululemon, putting in my notice that I was going to be moving. And then Tuesday, I marked that my arms were just so swollen and so painful. I used a Fox and Cactus Girl to mark that. And then down below that, I marked that I went on a Starbucks run, and that was actually early in the morning, so it's out of order. And then after work, I ended up picking up PK Sushi. I think it was our last night getting PK Sushi together, and it's our favorite sushi restaurant where we live. So I used a pickup script from Letters to Apollo. And then down below that, I marked with a Whimsical Cat Studio girl, like passed out, marking Benadryl. Finally took Benadryl. It knocked me out for 13 hours, but it was the best sleep, and I woke up with my arms not being as swollen. And then moving on to Wednesday, I started off my morning with a meeting with Lululemon. We just had a staff meeting kind of going over some procedures about like reopening. I had to get gas on Wednesday, and then we also picked up Zocolos once again. I think it was our last time getting Zocolos. And then, like I said, I usually put things out of order. I apologize for that. But down below that, I used a Coffee Monsters Co. emoji to mark that we rearranged the classroom. And then I also marked that it was an extremely hot day this day. And then to end our night on Wednesday, my boyfriend unfortunately got sick again from the Zocolos, which was really sad, but that was our last time getting it. Moving on to Thursday, I marked again with the Paper Shower Girl that we organized the classroom, and it looks amazing. This school that I have been working at for the teen program is the elementary school I started working at back in 2011. So it's like bittersweet leaving that school, but also like just seeing how big of an improvement that we made with rearranging the classroom and just making it more like just suitable to kind of run this program was just so amazing to see that it had taken so long just for us to get it there. And then I also went on a Starbucks run on my lunch break, and then I finally was able to pick up my boxes from Home Depot. Moving on into later that day on Thursday, I started packing because I got my boxes, and I packed quite a lot. I used a pack script from Station Stickers, which is no longer open, and then the box with the munchkin sticking out I think is super cute, and that's from Once More with Love. We also had to call the renters this day just to see, like, get kind of an update on our application and the whole process. And so I wanted to mark that. And then we ended our night kind of hanging out with friends. They were my boyfriend's roommates. And it's so funny because my boyfriend's, one of his best friends, his roommate, moved in the same week he moved in. And now they're both moving out the same week. So we just thought it was kind of a coincidence that they're like pretty much following each other's I mean, not necessarily. He's still living in Sacramento and we're all the way here in Arizona, but it's funny that they moved in together and they're both moving out. So he came and visit because he needed to like start getting ready to pack all of his stuff up. And so we just kind of hung out with him and had some beers. Moving on into Friday. Friday was, it wasn't necessarily Teacher Appreciation Day, but this is when my company kind of did it. So my supervisor got me lunch at Subway, which was really nice, and she got me a Starbucks gift card, which is just, she did so much, and she was only my supervisor for a couple weeks, and I like really appreciated everything that she did for me. And then I also wanted to mark on Friday with an emoji in an ice cube that the AC was finally working. In my boyfriend's house, the AC does not work whatsoever, and it gets up to like 95 degrees inside the freaking house. And so it was finally working. And then we also cooked dinner this day. I used a Fox and Pip Girl to mark that my timesheets were due for both Lululemon and my school. And I had some me time playing Pokemon this day. Moving on into Saturday. Saturday, I woke up super early this morning, and then I also made a latte. I also did some editing. I was editing quite a few videos, and then while I was editing, I was watching How to Get Away with Murder, and then the How to Get Away with Murder script is from, where is it from? From Kinsey's Creations. And then inside this extender, I'm marking that I played Pokemon again. These Switch stickers are from Right Brain Paper Co. I think they're super cute. And then I also DoorDashed some boba this day, and for dinner we DoorDashed some Thai. We hadn't had Thai in like months, and so it was really good. And then we also just had some Netflix and chillin'. We started The Reckoning. I really liked it. My boyfriend does not like it. I still have 2 more episodes to watch that I haven't watched yet. It's kind of slow, which I personally like because I like slower shows, so I can really understand it. So if you like that, I would recommend it. It's about a serial killer, and I like those type of shows anyway too. So I recommend it. I also finally got an email from my supervisor at Lululemon this day trying to get some clarification on some things. And then we also decluttered my boyfriend's room just to get ready to move. And we also, or not we, I did some laundry this day. And so the laundry script is from SPC, and I used an emoji to mark that. Moving on into Sunday. So first thing I am marking is that I went on a Starbucks run. It was so busy this day. Like, it was out of the parking lot that my Starbucks is in, like the line. So it was so crazy. So I ended up just finding a parking spot and doing like the mobile order because they went by way faster. So I went and got my Starbucks. And then this was my first day back at Lululemon. We were not necessarily open to the public, but we were doing ship from store. So we just kind of did like online orders, and it was really fun. I personally like it, and I mean that's kind of like what I do anyway. I don't really deal with any of our like guests in the store unless I'm like walking out to do some go backs. So it was kind of like just a whole day of what I do, but we can like walk around the store, and there weren't any guests there. So it was kind of cool. I also did have a really good conversation with one of my leaders that I hadn't obviously seen in so long, and it was just so good like seeing her. And then to end our day on Sunday, I went back to Sacramento, and we had Uncle Vito's for the last time, which is this really like good pizza place. It's a hole in a wall pizza place that like a lot of people go to. It's open late at night usually when like bars and clubs are open, so everyone goes there. And then we ended up walking to the park and having a little picnic over there with our pizza. And then when we came home, I just had a YouTube binge. But yeah, so that completes this week's plan with me. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you are not subscribed already, and to follow me on Instagram, which is Erica Marie Plans. I will have it linked down below. Like I said, I hope you guys like this. If you guys have any questions or anything, make sure to ask them down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. All right, bye guys.